Okay. Is this thing on? Perfect. We're doing Advent of Code. I've never done Advent Code. Ugh. What kind of slip up was that? We're doing Advent of Code. I've not done Advent of Code before, but it sounds pretty cool. And I don't like lead code, but this seems like it'll sharpen that kind of skill, you know, grinding out problems that really don't apply to your job. Anyway, Advent of Code. And we'll be doing it in Rust because I'm currently learning Rust, and what better way to learn than doing Advent of Code in Rust? All right. All right, let's see what today consists of. The elves have good news and bad news. The good news is they've discovered project management. I feel like this is just Advent of Code stuff. Okay. You arrive at the secret entrance of the North Pole ready to start decorating. Unfortunately, the password seems to have been changed. You can't get in. A document taped to the wall helpfully explains, due to the new security protocols, the password is locked in the safe below, blah, 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 blah. The safe has a dial with only an arrow on it. Around the dial are the numbers 0 through 99 in order. As you turn the dial, it makes a small click noise as it reaches each number. The attached document, your puzzle input. Okay, that's what that is. Let's see. Okay, the attached time contains a sequence of rotations, one per line. Let's show you how to open the safe. A rotation starts with L or R, indicating whether the rotation will left or right. Then rotation has a distance value, which indicates how many clicks the dial should rotate. So if the dial were pointed at 11, rotation R8 would dial. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. Okay. What's my puzzle input? Okay, it's a big text. That's fine. Because the dial points at 0. How do I know where it starts? The dial starts by pointing at 50. Okay. So I'm gonna definitely have to copy this. I wish there was a way I could format this better. Save as, downloads, list of movements. Okay. Now let's see how to load a file in Rust. File loading. Oh my gosh. File loading in Rust. Reading a file. Okay. That's what we probably should do first. We should load this file and we should put it in day 1. Documents, copy that. Advent of Code. Let's see if there's anything in the chat right now. Oh shit. Yep, my roommate's cat is currently in the room with me. And he just took down one of the blinds. At least I know he's not bored. That's nice. Alright. Let's see what I've got. Dude, what the? Okay. Use STD and use STD FS. Okay. Rust analyzer. Cargo gun. Other projects in Rust. Let's see what those cargo.tl files. Dude, what are you doing? Alright. No, that's not it. Advent of Code. Alright. That was fast. I can love that. Luther, what are you doing, dude? Rust Analyzer failed to load workspace. What do you mean failed to load workspace? I gave you the... No autocomplete. Rust Analyzer, view message. Failed to load workspaces. Do I need to now make this like a full-blown project or something? Okay. Maybe I need to make this a little more. Let's see. Cargo, new, advent of code. Alright, let's try that. Okay. This should work. Hopefully. But who knows? Oh. What's up, Luther? Let the record reflect, I'm not a cat person. I have a dog at home. This is not my cat. This is my roommate's cat. Day one documents. Okay. FN read file. String. Result. String. No, I don't even know how to use that properly yet. Let's see. Use use. All right. I feel like this should be const. String, and we will put our file here. Okay. File path. Is it day1.rs, day1/list dot expect failed load file. Missing typer. Okay. String. Would that be it? That looks right. And here we will say, well, actually, what if I just do this? And I know you don't have to use return in Rust, but I'm used to C++ and I think it's good to do. Alright. On day one. This should actually probably just be outside. We don't need this in its own file, right? Folder right now, rather. On day one. Use create day one. Alright. Day one is defined multiple times. Maybe that's it. Unresolved import. No, day one in root. What? Pub. Read file. Read file. There we go. Okay. Let's read file. I think they want me to use camel case. I think that's what it's called. Alright. Let's see if this works. Print. Alright, David. Read file. There we go. Cannot call non-const function in const. Wow. In const. Okay, fine. Do that. Let's see if this works. dude. All right. Thread main failed to load. Okay, so there is. That makes sense. Cargo go. Cargo run. Okay, that works. Now we need to parse it. I think this should actually return a. I think this is the arrays in Rust. When I say I've literally just started learning Rust, that is not exaggeration. I literally like just started learning Rust. Let's see. Arrays in Rust. Returning arrays in Rust. How does this even? Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's weird syntax. Oh, we need to know the size, don't we? That's what I want to do. Vec string. Return. Is there some form of like this kind of syntax? Okay. Let vec mute vec vec. Okay, for now it'll just be one because I don't think we. Gosh, dude. With capacity. Do we have to specify capacity? Maybe we can just. Maybe does the pushback method work rather without any sort of initialized capacity? Okay. We need to get our file content. Alright. For I in. Read to string. How do we parse strings in Rust? Iterate through strings, through lines of text. Read lines. Okay. Read lines. Da, 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 da. For line unwrap dot. Oh, interesting. Dot expect. Dot unwrap. Lizard dude. What is with you, dude? We don't need that. Well, or we could just say content.lines. Okay. Vec.push I think it's just line. We can just do that. Okay. Equal vec new. Luther, dude, what are you doing? Cannot return. Oh, hold on. We need to actually get like ownership of this. Line dot to string. There we go. Vec string for Okay. That works. We now have everything per line. And now... Okay, perfect. And then I would like to... What? Fn 2... What's our goal here? Our dial starts at 50. Okay. What's the actual password? Okay. To password. And we will take in lines. Just want a reference to that. And we will return a F32. Okay. For line and lines dot. That'll just be it. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. We can do this really, really cheeky. We could do just an array of integers and then print that array without any spacing, and that'll just give us essentially just one number. Okay. Let mute. Start. Okay, 2 equals 50. If line 0 is equal to, okay, actually, match line 0. Return, whatever, we'll return something. Just to get the compiler to stop complaining. Is there like a starts with? Starts with. Gotcha. No, that's not what I need to do. Dot get index. There we go. As use size. What? Hold on. Get returns a subsize of string. This is non. Okay. Dot index maybe 0. Okay. What? Alright. I know this is painful to watch, but I've literally never used Rust. There's little things like that I looked at with like how to write a function and basic stuff on like the borrow checker, but strings in Rust. Alright. How do we get a slice? A string is a stored vector of bytes, guaranteed to always be. Okay. Cannot be indexed by integer. You can use chars of nth or bytes of nth. with, fine, well, we won't use this. We'll just say if line dot starts with, and then L, start plus equals what? Int, we'll say let mute move I32 move equals move by. Forgot that move is reserved. Okay, line dot get slice split at 0. Perfect. And let's make sure this works. Measurement expected I32 found top. Oh, let val equals that. And then plus equals val dot to what adds to val. Okay. Casting strings to int rust the parse method s.parsed. Interesting. Okay. Val dot parse dot what does this return? We'll get dot parse expect failed parse. Okay, and then for debugging we'll just print val. Print val. Okay. Val dot parse. Oh, you have to have this syntax. I32. Okay. I'm beginning to understand this. Cargo. Oh, wait, we're not actually calling that, are we? To password line. Yeah. What's up, dude? Uh-oh. Parse int error. Invalid digit. What if we just print val? Cargo build cargo. Oh, there's our problem. Cargo build cargo. There we go. That should fix that problem. Cargo build cargo run. All right, and now we should start plus equals that. Left would be subtracting, wouldn't it? And at the very end we would have to, well, we have to check and see if we've reached a full rotation, 0 to 99. Okay. Let mute result equals what? Type into, oh. Ec I32. Okay, and then we'll return result for R in result. Print R. Okay. And then else if R plus equals. All we have to do after this is figure out how to make sure this doesn't go into negative numbers, which shouldn't be insanely hard. We should get rid of this. Oh, yeah, we're not storing any of this already. And then at the very end, we should result dot push start cargo run. Whoa, that's interesting. It's a lot of digits. It's not correct because it goes negative, but that's okay. We should have like an iterate method. Iterate. And it will take in what? Our current number. Num 532. 2. Alright. Iteration. 2. And return 32. Iterate. Val. Oh, we need references. We don't want ownership to. Alright. Val. No. Start. Val. Actually. Reference to Val. Okay. And then this should just be negative. Okay. For now, all this will do is return iteration. Well, current num plus iteration. And this should give us the exact same result. Cargo new. Oh my gosh, no. Cargo run. Run new. What am I doing? Can y'all see this cat on me right now? It's been in my lap this whole time, so actually it's finally calming down. Okay, that's not right. Oh, we're also not changing start at all, are we? Maybe it should just be this. Start, rather current num plus equals iteration. For now, what am I doing? Which one am I working on value? Need dereference. Oh, you reference it. There we go. There we go. Cargo, build, cargo, run. That looks more like it. Okay. So that's good. That's sort of working. And now we need to make sure if current, let's see. We need to see if this is going to go over. Okay. If current num minus iteration is less than 0, rather, less iteration is less than 0, what do we need to do? Overflow. Let overflow equal current num minus iteration. STR overflow is like -2 plus overflow. Okay. That should work. And else if current num plus iteration is greater than 99, will that overflow equal current num plus iteration? Current num equals 0 plus overflow. Oh, and we also need. Thank you for that. Alright, I have to dereference this everywhere. That's great. And then else we'll just do this. So then it'll just work as is. This should work. Cargo run. It's still negative. Why is it negative? If this is weird. Why is it negative? Let's look through this a little bit. Oh. I feel stupid. Cargo bill. Cargo run. That's still not working. Let me not do that for now. Curious why this is showing no data. Refresh page. Are we even? Sorry, GG, you haven't examined 2 hours. Haha, bye. Brilliant watching keyboard a single time. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good luck with your exam. I know you're not here, but good luck nonetheless. You know, it's that time of year. It's the most wonderful time of the year, minus exams. Oh, we'll fix that later. Okay. Printf, print ln negative. Print ln, and then we'll say what? Negative overflow number. And then we'll put overflow and 99 minus plus overflow. Okay. And then positive 0 plus overflow. Wouldn't whatever. Cargo build. Cargo run. Okay. We have some info here now. That's good. Positive overflow. Original. Add this too. And then we'll just say current num plus iteration. Cargo build cargo new. All right. Oh my gosh. Why do I keep saying cargo new? It's cargo run. All right. This isn't it. 56, overflow 21. What? Positive overflow 56. Oh. We're setting things already. My bad. Shouldn't be making a mistake. That's stupid. Cargo build cargo run. All right. That seems right. Oh, I see what's going on. Oh, I'm so stupid. Why am I should be using modulo operators. All right. That's stupid. It should be. Okay, that's our overflow. Then, okay, that's our overflow. And this should be 99. Overflow mod 99. I wonder if this would work the same. If we went negative, would it still? Hey, get off that. I feel so stupid right now. Overflow 21. Negative 35. Oh, negative numbers. That checks out. So this is correct. We need to figure out. Let's look at these bigger numbers. We get a big negative overflow. 424. 99. Oh my gosh. 99. Alright. 4, remainder of 28. Let's just make sure that's correct. Okay, it is 28. And it looks like it's just. Should just be positive 28. So we should just maybe do that. Cargo build. Cargo run. Now they're all negative. That's okay. We're debugging. Negative 921. Negative 921. Divided by 992 division. Remainder of negative 30. Okay. If we're negative 30. Oh. It should be 99. 99 plus whatever that is. Cargo. Build. Cargo. I hope that was on camera. That would be really funny if it was. Still seeing negative numbers, meaning we're doing something wrong. positive overflow, negative overflow. Wait a minute. I'm just really stupid. Been doing this whole thing on the wrong line. Oh, they're all positive. All right, this might actually be it. So let's go here, remove this for now. Save cargo build, cargo new, run. All right. Still seeing negative numbers. Why are there any negative numbers? Oh, it's because we're not actually using any of what we just did. That's unfortunate. Cargo build, cargo run. Oh, where's the syntax error? All right, that's an embarrassing one to have too. All right, I'm not seeing any negative numbers. If we did this right on the first try, that'd be cool. But hey, maybe not. That's not the right answer. Your answer is too high. If you're stuck, make sure you're using the full input data. There are also general tips on the page. Maybe dial starts. Okay. Rotated. 82. Because the dial points at 0, the total 3 times during the process. The password in this example is the number of times the dial is left pointing at 0 after any rotation in the sequence. I just completely misread what the rule was. Okay. Iterate. And then after we iterate, I'm so stupid. If start is equal to 0, result plus plus. 2, result should just equal 0. Is there no result plus plus syntax here? Yes, there's one. Alright, cargo build. And then, oh, that makes sense. Should just be A32. Print. ln. Result. Forgot about that. Cargo build. Cargo run. 19. They're right, that is way too big. That's not the right answer. If you're stuck, make using the full file data. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Okay, we'll do that. Alright. Let's see. Let's use some test data. Test data.txt. Paste that. All right. And then test data. Cargo build. Cargo run. Okay, so we know we're doing something wrong because the answer was to this was 3. Where are we going wrong? Let last num equal comma. Ln last num iteration value current num last num iterator. Hold on. Last num iterator. 68. Are we doing this backwards? We're doing this backwards, aren't we? Cargo, build, cargo, run. Okay. Point to 82. No? That should be right. Cargo, build, cargo, build, cargo, run. Okay. Oh, it's off by 1. Point at 81. Okay. Hmm. $82, $52, 0. Okay. I'm starting to see a pattern here. You guys just have a bunch of off by run errors. 82, 82. 82, 52, 0, 95, 55, 0, 99, 0, 14, 32. Okay. That seems to be right. List of movements. Cargo build. Cargo run. 49. That's not ideal. Could I be doing wrong here? That's right. 84, 88, 89. No, don't chew that. That should be right. Hold on. If it's pointing at 99, and then it's rotated left. Hold on. It's at 17, and then it rotates. Okay. Points at 0. It goes to 99. This is making me look very dumb, isn't it? Analyze the rotations. Okay, 32. Let's see if we can notice anything wrong here. Okay, start at 50, 82, 84, 88, 89. Okay, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Yeah, it's 89 minus 28, 61 minus 35, 26, 42. Just Maybe we should make some of our test data again. Okay. Luther, what the heck, dude? R49, R1, L1. Let's just test that. Cargo build. No, that's not it. Test data. Cargo build. Cargo build. Cargo run. Oh my gosh. Can't type. Okay. Ah! That looks like an error. We're at 99. We rotate 1. No? Nope, that's correct. R1, R99. Cargo, run. Luther, dude, you gotta move. The dial we're pointing at 5 rotation L10 will cause it to point at 95. Okay, let's test that. We're at 50, so let's set it to 5. L45. L10. Okay. Okay, so we're pointing at 5. Rotation of L10 would cause it to point 95. After that rotation, R5 would cause it to point at 0 cargo. Run. If the dial were pointing at 5, which is pointing at 5 right there, the rotation of L10 would cause it to point at 95. That's correct. After that, a rotation of R5 could cause it to point at 0. No, that's right. Maybe I don't have all the right numbers. Last one would be R40. Yeah, R40. We'll put in the test data. Cargo run. 49. What the heck, dude? Because you've guessed incorrectly 4 times about page. Alright, that just scheme. You gotta put the, oh my gosh, dude. Okay, it's not 49. It definitely looks like I have all the data. Can't hurt to print it, I guess. Stop printing that. Oh, we will print the result. Okay, there's a number of lines here, actually. Let L equal 1. L plus equals 1. Cargo build, cargo run. Okay, 4,448. Yeah, gosh, 4,408 lines. Yep. It's processing all the lines. Is there some sort of little detail I'm missing here? Are these always the same input? Yeah, they are. So if the dial was pointing at 5, okay, let's see. L 90, we're at 50. Let's set it to 0, so L 50. Cargo. We should go back here. What are you doing? Oh my gosh, I hate it when Windows does that. Is no one else, like, occasionally scared to death when suddenly their computer makes that sound? And it's just Windows telling them that they press the key Shift. Like, I don't understand why that is needed. Okay, so we're at 0. We'll do 180. Let's see, 99 times 3. This should still leave us R27. Maybe that's an error. Maybe that's our problem. Because that should just be what? No. No, because it's 0 to 99. So if we turned it 300 times, hold on. 297. Let's see. If we just turn it 99, cargo. Okay. 99 times 2, 198. I could have done that manually, but I'm too lazy. Okay, so that is different than 99.99, right? Wait, why is it -1? Hold on, you shouldn't be getting any negative numbers. This is causing my problem. I think that's it. It still shouldn't be what happens. Okay, if it's less than 0, I think this is just me doing something horrendously wrong here. Okay. 99, and then 99 plus 99, what? 99 plus 99, 198. Okay, divided by 99, 2. Yeah, that's... If we got 198, that's greater than. Okay. 198 is greater than... Does that make sense? We're at 0, we iterate to 99. Turn the dial left from 0, one click makes it point to 99. Okay. Let's see. So we'll go left 50. This shouldn't be this complicated. Okay. Last num is equal to current num. If we go backwards and we are less than 0, we get whatever that current overflow value is. So let's say it's 1 in this case. We would go, okay, that makes no sense. What is that? Hold on. So we're at -1. The answer here would be 99. So it would be 99 plus 1. Okay. Okay. It's set to 0. We turn it left that, and now it's at 99. That's correct. Now we're at 99. We turn it right 1. What do we get? It is greater than 99. Overflow is equal to that. What are you doing, dude? So Bluetooth. Oh my gosh. Okay. That seems correct. So if the dial were pointing at 5, rotation 95. Okay, let's make it point at 5. 45. Rotation L10 would like 0.95. R5. Cargo run. Okay, 5 minus 10, point at 95. Just 5, pointing at 0. Cargo. Okay. Still getting 49. I think we might have been onto something with those larger overflows. So L 50 cargo run. All right. So let's go backwards. What? A full rotation. So we're pointing at 0. Let's go 100. So R 100. Okay. R 200. That's wrong. That's totally wrong. Hold on, if we're just going from 0 to 99, isn't that the same as just going from 1 to 100? So why don't we just go from 1 to 100? Okay. Last num equals that. Okay. So let current num over 100. Hey, you're gonna knock something over, dude. What the? Here. Equal current num plus 1. All right. Current num plus 1. Okay. And then I'm too tired for this, man. Let current num. This is not a hard problem. Why done instead of 100? Dial goes from 0 to 99. I know. That's. Look, it's been a long day. My brain's not working. But yeah, it's just dawning on me that this may just be a base 100 system to begin with. I know. This is some 10x developer skill level you're watching right now, just so you know. So we start at 50. If we were to rotate it 100, we should end up right back where we are. Okay, so our test data is this. So let if current num, oh my gosh, current num plus iteration is greater than 99 in this case. should we even be doing greater than 99 check? If I turn it 100, it would be 150, and that should just be 50. So that would just be modulo 100. Current num plus iteration modulo 100. I think we could just say current num equals that. And let's just see if this works on its own. Cargo run. How funny is that? Okay. And if we were to simply copy this. Luther, dude, what are you doing? I swear. Okay. Cargo run. 3. Is that correct? Current num -8. That's not correct. But it's a step in the right direction. 18. Yeah, negative numbers are a problem. So if current num plus iteration is greater than 99, this is the logic we'll use. And then else if current num plus iteration is less than 0, we'll use the same logic but with a small tweak. It'll just be what? This is negative 18. Yeah. 50 minus 68. Okay. 100 plus that. Cargo run. Let's just see if this at least goes right. Yep. And then we should just, we don't even need this check. We could literally just do an if else. And we'll just copy this, start here. And then cargo run. Okay, 82, 52, 0, 95, 55, 0, 99, 14, 32. Okay, that looks correct. Let's see if it passes our little test from earlier. We'll go right, left 50, right 100, right 200. It passes it. It passes our little test. So now let's try again with this. Well, let's first make sure it passes those other small tests, because those are equally important. Okay. Let's see. So if the dot were pointing at 11, okay, so we want it to point at 11, we're at 50. There's 50, minus 11, whatever, 39, whatever. L 39, R8, L 19, cargo 19, 0. L, let's see, because the dial, yeah, if the dial were pointing at 5, L 45, L 10, rotation, R5, cargo run. Let's see, sub Luther, 5. 95, 0. Okay, that looks correct. Honestly, this could be correct. Cargo run. It's not the right answer. Why is it not the right answer, Luther? This is disappointing. I'll have to go to bed at some point too. That's the worst part. Hold on. Did I see? Oh. There's an issue. It's 50, and then minus 950, what? Negative 900. Okay. So it's less than 0. Shouldn't that just leave us pointing at 0? Let's put together our little test case thing again. Cargo. Yeah, this is wrong. I think I just fundamentally maybe misunderstand what's going on. If we had it at what? What's up, dude? Okay, so if we went to -1, what would that be? Okay, what if we went to negative? Well, 50. Okay. And then L100. That's an issue. So it's negative 100. Negative 100 divided by that is that. That's not how that should work. Just make sure that's not the issue. No, that's not the issue. Right, it's 0. We're going. It works if we go right. Yep, that's correct. So left is now the problem we have to fix. Dude. Okay. It's less than 0. Sub Luther. iteration value is negative 100, which should just put us right back to 0. Let's just see where this gets us. Why am I so freaking tired today? Okay, we rotate 100, that should just put us back at 0. We rotate 101, that should put us at 99. I'm so tired. This is not working in my brain. I need to draw this or something. Okay, that's good. Whiteboard. Okay. Are you kidding me? I have to install whiteboard. Okay, cat, stop biting me. Dude, what the? No, Luther. What the? Better not be like poisonous or something. I don't know how cats work. No, Luther. What the heck, dude? Okay. 100 current num plus iteration find about Luther, what the hell, dude? This is so stupid. Okay. All that should happen is if we go over 99, we should get, so let's just say we did 100. Okay. Just do the modulo 101, 101. Let's say you went to 200. Yeah, that would work. And if we go backwards, this is where our logic breaks. We're at 99, we go backwards 100. What happens? We end up at negative 1. Okay. Oh. I'm curious if that works. No. I'll go run. Okay. We're at 0. We go backwards 100. We're right back where we started. Right? Why is this not registering in my brain? Open. This is not freaking complicated. Oh. one thing to keep in mind is that we can have R531, for example. Try another modulo on that line. 100 plus current plus iter 100. Interesting. Because, okay, so if we were at 0 and we went backwards 100, we doing that 100 plus modulo 100. Interesting. You know what? I want to try that. That's not a bad idea. One thing to keep in mind is that we can have R531, for example. We can. Okay, let's see. 100 plus current num plus iteration modulo 100 modulo 100. Okay, let's wrap this in parentheses just to make sure this works. Cargo run. Okay, now for the test. If we were to go 101, we should end up at 99. Fool effects, you may be onto something. Let's see if it passes this. Is that correct? 82, 52, 0, 95, 55, 0, 99, 0, 14, 32. Okay. And then left from 0, so let's just set it to 0 real quick. L1, R1, let's just do that. Yeah, and let's try the one you talked about, 531. We'll go to 0, we'll go L531, cargo run. Does that make sense? So we're going, let's just say negative 500 and 31. 99 minus 31. 69. No, you're right. It wouldn't be that. I think you might be onto something. Let's just see if this number makes sense, if that even means anything. 1074. All right, let's try it out. Oh. Dude, okay. We did it. I did not do that. Fool effects, you get 100% credit for that. That was awesome. This line right here, I don't know how you thought of it, but well done. Much appreciated. Excellent job. Man. So I guess the big takeaway from all of this is don't do coding live streams on anything like LeetCode or Advent of Code when I'm tired. Because this was not a hard problem, and I'm very embarrassed as to how I performed on this one. So, I guess I'll have to validate myself. The cat was here the whole time. Oh my gosh. Well, that shouldn't have taken that long, but well done. Well done. Seriously, well done. This was fun. Let's just take a peek at the next one. Shall we continue to part 2? Okay. Share the right password. The door won't open. You knock. As your, we may not finish this part because I need to go to bed soon. As your only Snowball Snowman, you find another security document called Snow. So what happened there was a module will behave differently for negative numbers. Yeah, no kidding. It makes sense when I think about it after a long time, but even, I'm not gonna kid you, I'm still not visualizing it, if that makes sense. Like I conceptually, I've taken discrete math. I got 100% in that class. I know how modulo works. I know how this stuff works. This is extremely embarrassing, but yeah. I guess this is also just like practice it more. It was a year ago that I took that class. Okay. You remember from training, seminar, blah, 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 means you actually supposed to count the number of times any click causes, regardless of whether it happened during rotation or at the end of one. Oh. Interesting. Wait a minute. This may not be as hard as I think it sounds. Because if this goes below 0, that means we pass 0 at one point. And that depends on how many, what modulo we're dealing with. Okay, so this line no longer should be in there. It should be in the iterate method. And we should simply take in start equals 0, right? And start is what we're passing in. So if current num equals 0, and then we should also take an and mute counter plus equals the value of counter plus equals 1. Oh, that was stupid. And mute I32. Okay, and mute I32. Here we'll take what? Result. Result. And mute result. And then up here, and mute result. Okay. And essentially, okay, so if it's greater than 99, we know that we passed it, right? And we need to use the modulo to figure out how many times we passed it. And your problem is that you're checking if that could still mean. Dude, what the heck? Knock it off. The cat is going crazy on me right now, dude. Look at this. I don't understand, Luther, what you want from me, but you're not even my cat, bro. Okay. Yeah. If we're greater than 99, we're going to be on 0. Okay. Let's see. Here we're just getting the overflow. But Luther, get off my table, dude. Okay, I'm gonna get a water break real quick. And, oh my gosh, dude. Luther, just sit there for 2 seconds. Let me just get some water, okay? Don't even think about it. The dude got in my bathroom. Okay. Okay, so if we go less than 0, what we're getting here is we are getting the number of times this goes. Technically, this should just give me the number of times this goes less than 0. Okay, time for a new debug thing. Print ln number of loops. And let's just look at this. Okay. And this would be cargo run. Okay. Number of loops. We need to get new. Okay, L50. Cargo run. Yikes, dude. Okay. Now let's go left 100. This should just go past it once, right? Number of loops, 0. Okay, so that's not what that would be doing. So for example, if we went, there's a really slow way we could do this. We could iterate like over the actual addition. We don't need to do that. Like there is a way we can do this using modulo. So we're at -1. We've passed 0. Well, we know that it had to have passed once at least. If it does this, right? So cargo run. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't work. Luther, dude, what are you doing? Although, wait a minute. Our previous thing here gets the Luther, dude, I swear. You know, let's first get it working for the positive numbers. Like rotating right. Because that should actually just behave more standard. Okay. Cargo run. Errors. Oh. Cat step on keyboard. Oh my gosh. Okay. Right 100. So from here, number of loops, 0. Because if we go on 0, that's where interesting. Let's just redo how we approach this. Okay. So if we go negative, so we're at 0 and we have a negative number of some sort. We need to figure out how many times it goes past 0 using the module. Wait a minute, what am I doing? There's no module operator. It's integer division. This is how you know I'm tired, okay? Iterating will probably be fast enough. You have 4K lines, so that's the simple solution gets the correct answer. But the way you're computing the number of loops isn't correct. Try test. Yeah, I know. It should be integer. How many loops do you expect? If we're starting from 0, both of those 200s would be 1, 2, and then you go 50. Actually, wait, hold on. R250 because we're starting on 50, like the problem said. Okay, going right, so we're just adding. So let's just first break it into like 100 plus 100 plus 50. First, you add the 100. That's just one rotation, and you pass 0. So it's 1 0. Do it again. That's 2 zeros, and you're at 50 now. Do it again. You land on 0. That's 3 zeros. But that landing on 0 case is different, and that is handled. There's a bit of delay. I was hinting at that integer division. You're right. Rather than modulo. Yeah. I should have thought this, like, that should have been obvious. Let's see. This tells you 2 things. How long? Why did my camera go out of focus? Come on. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if we go negative, int count. Oh my gosh, that's the let count equal current num plus iteration. And let's see if Rust just does integer division by default. And then we'll do our print count. Yeah, 2. What? Oh yeah, that's 100. Cargo run. Okay, yeah, that checks out because it's just negative. I wonder. That would always be a possibility. 1. So we're at 0, and we would go to 0 as well, and then that would be result of 2. We're at 0, and that counts as 1 count, and we're at 0 again. Now here's the issue with that actually. Hold on, that brings up a good error. First rotation puts us at 0. Obviously that's a turn, that counts. And then the second rotation puts us back at 0. But this still runs, so it would have given us 3 if we actually took this count into consideration. We could have an if statement if the modulo of this is, if there's no remainder. Plus, okay, here's what we could do. Okay, if this is not equal to 0, well, this is, yeah, we'll take the absolute. No, for this we'll just say is not equal to 0, and is not equal to 0. Because this is equal to 0, it should just give this result. Yep, that works. Okay, now if we go one more time, this would go, okay, 0 and 0. Actually, we'll just do your R250 example. That's a good example. R250. And this will not be handled by my current code, sadly. So actually, let's not do that, because let's stick to one problem at a time. 150, all right? We're at 0. 250 could also do it, actually. We're at 0, that's 1 count. Another count, 50. So our total count should be 3 after doing this. Card go run. Yeah, that would add up to 3. Okay, and then in the positive case, if we'll do this same check, but I think the logic might be different here. Cargo run. Okay, and then we'll do simply R250. Cargo run. Not equal to 0. Cargo run. R250, how many loops do you expect? There should be 3 here, so something's not working right. If current num plus iteration is greater than 99, all right. Yeah, current num plus iteration divided by 10 is not equal to 0, and current num, gosh darn it, what the heck is that? I'm still learning this new IDE a little bit. Count equal this, count. Current num equals that. If current num is equal to 0, okay, here, cargo run. Interesting, why is this not? Oh. That's 300, 300 divided by that, yeah, that makes sense. The problem with that is it's still counting that last iteration. Maybe this current num we don't even need it. Maybe doing this on its own is making things more complicated. Maybe that's an advantage that this method has. And that'll be it. Let's just do this. Cargo run. 3. Okay, that checks out. And then L250. This should also, so 250, 100. So we're back at 50. That's 1. 2. Now we're back at 50 again. 3. We land on 0. Print ln final number. Current number. Cargo. Final number 0. If final number is equal to 0, that's an issue. Well, it's not an issue, it just means it's this going backwards again that's getting me. Okay. Just go back to the way things were. I think I'm overcomplicating this. We don't even need to know the end result. Let mute count equal 0. Okay. Mute equal current num plus iterator. By 100. Cargo. Run. Final number 0. Print ln route count. I need to go to bed soon. And the final number is 0. 50 minus 250 is just negative 200. Don't we only need to even... Don't we only need to know... Hold on. If the iterator is greater than 100, that's... Shouldn't that just be it? Let if iterator ABS absolute. Oh. Maybe there's like a math module. Math. ABS in Rust. .abs. Okay, interesting. If .iterator.abs is greater than 100, or iteration.abs is less than 0, is less than negative 100. Hold on. Let me just think this through, because there's definitely a problem with this. Okay. If we were to simply go 99, we don't know that. Wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. I'm stupid. Let count equal current num plus iteration. If count. Yeah, we already are doing these checks. I'm so like mentally out of it right now. ABS is always positive. I think you can count how many full rotations you're doing in a move and track landing 0 separately. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm so tired. I'm gonna devote 10 more minutes to this, and then I seriously need to stop because I do have to get at 5 tomorrow. Okay. So, at 50 right here, and 0 somewhere here. And if we were to rotate once, we pass 0 one time. If we rotate again, we pass 0 2 times. If we were to rotate and then land on 0, we separately would add that. So we only need to know how many times we pass 0. And now, and it would be different depending on this. So if our iteration number is less than 0, we know that if we're going anything greater than, if we went negative 99, what would happen? If we went negative 99, what would happen? If we're at 0 and we go right 99, we'd be at 99. And that wouldn't pass 0. So, if current num, that's correct, if current num plus iteration is less than negative 99, let count equal current num plus iteration divided by 10. Print ln count. Okay. Cargo run. Okay. Count 25. That's not correct. Wait a minute. Parentheses. Cargo run. I'm an idiot. That seems correct. All right, it's time to go to bed. I will pick this up tomorrow. That's okay. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Worst case, I do this off stream. But this was fun. Seriously, Fool Effects, you've been a huge help. Tune in again next time to help. Anyways, that was fun. I'll have to take care of the cat behind me. Anyway.